You can earn 1 lakh rupees a month and you can still go broke. Or you can just earn 15,000 rupees monthly and you can build wealth. I mean, you can get rich. But why is this difference? Like, you are earning much more than 15,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, but you're still going broke. And you are earning such lesser amount compared to 1 lakh rupees, 15,000 rupees, and you can build wealth. How is that even possible? Well, it is. Hello and welcome to Bosswala English. I am Tanisha Sharma and today we are going to talk about the 3 types of spending that decide your future. So let me first of all tell you that it's not about how much do you earn. It is about how much do you spend. So first of all, let me tell you one thing, that even if you earn 1 lakh rupees but you spend it all, it's of no use because you're not able to save a single penny for your future. So you're not going to build wealth. But if you earn 15,000 rupees monthly and you're somehow managing or able to save 2,000 rupees, then you can build wealth. Because you're saving money. It is less, definitely. You might see it as a very less amount. But with time, that small amount will give you a lump sum of wealth. So first of all, let's start with the types of spending. So there are 3 types of spending that will make your decision for spending better. So the first is necessary spending. So necessary spending, we all know: rent, groceries, food, basic clothing, medical expenses. So in this spending, you cannot compromise. You have to give what you need to. For example, like cutting off a meal a day to save money is definitely a bad idea. You cannot play with your health. So you cannot cut off any sort of money from your necessary spending. Like for example, we all need mobile phones with us for our everyday use. It's very important nowadays. But do you actually need an iPhone which is worth 1 lakh rupees? Actually not. It's actually okay to have a normal working phone which you can use to communicate if your work is that much only. So you don't have to spend lakhs of rupees on iPhone, you can just get a normal working phone according to your need. Now, second type of spending, discretionary spending. Now this includes your vacations, you watching movies outside in theaters, clubbing, luxury dining, and also gadgets and impulse shopping. It's not wrong because definitely you're earning to live a comfortable life. For that, you need all these things. You want to buy clothes for yourselves, you want to go have fun, do clubbing, watch movie outside, do dining in a good restaurant. That is all fine. It is not wrong, but controllable. So if you're planning to build good wealth, then I'm not asking you to definitely stop it, but you can control it. Instead of going to clubs and spending thousands every week, you can control it to twice a month. For example, you go out for a shopping and you see a very cool gadget. Now you really don't need it. So there you can save by not buying that gadget and spending money for something that you actually don't need. Now, third, let's talk about the bad, destructive spending. This spending includes your unnecessary EMIs, your late fee penalties, and your gambling fees if you do. And also spending money on alcohol. When you spend in these things, they destroy you mentally, financially, and physically. So these things should be eliminated completely from your life. You should not spend any money in such things. Now we talked about what are the 3 types of spending. Now let's talk about why the high earners stay poor. Like why the people who earn so much money on monthly basis are not able to build wealth. So it is because of these reasons. First, financial creep. That means the more they earn, the more they spend on unnecessary things that they actually don't need for themselves. They might be okay with a comfortable lifestyle that they need, but they go for luxury lifestyle, which makes their pockets empty. Second is lack of financial awareness. They don't have any budget, any plans, or any savings for themselves. That is why they go absolutely broke. Third is debt traps, credit cards, EMI-based lifestyles, and loans for consumption. So with time, the loan EMIs also increase and then the credit card bills. Fourth, Addictions. A lot of people have addictions of gambling, spending their money unnecessarily on alcohol and other stuff that consume all of their earnings. Let me give you a real life example. Let's talk about Arun Kapoor, ex-MNC employee from Bangalore, who used to earn 30 lakh rupees per annum, but he wanted a luxury lifestyle. So he spent money on cars, gadgets, parties, vacation, trips, and slowly ended up on EMIs due to all such things. And in 2020, due to COVID, he lost his job without any savings and a massive credit card debt. And now he is doing freelance gigs to survive. You know why? This is because he did not manage his finances and did not build a plan and overspent where he did not even need to, which did not allow him to build wealth. And that is why he ended up without any savings. Now let's talk about why low earners build wealth. So it's very simple for them. They do not cut their needs. They definitely fulfill what is mandatory and required for them. But they definitely avoid unnecessary wants. Next, they are very disciplined about their income. They know how much I need to spend, what are my expenses, how much money should I keep for this expense and how much money should I keep for this expense. They do not thirst shop and they always try to save as much as money possible. For example, a person is only able to save 2000 rupees monthly. It might sound low because it's just 2000 rupees, but after 2 years, that guy will be having 48,000 rupees with him. So this is called the compounding effect of saving that the low earners use. Now let me also give you a real story for your better understanding here. Let's talk about Lalita Kumari, domestic worker in Delhi, who earned 8,000 rupees monthly, who was only able to save 1,000 rupees or 1,500 sometimes. That too by cutting costs like walking to work, not spending money on food outside, and by not taking any sort of loans and no EMIs. Then she slowly joined a self-help group where she learned about SIPs, and after 10 years, she saved 3.5 lakh rupees, and that's how she helped her son educate without any debt. Let me tell you one more real example here. Ravindra Chaurasia, tea vendor in UP, who kept his business small, avoided any sort of loans and debts. He saved 30% of his income and used that income to buy small pieces of land. Now he owns 20 lakh worth asset. So now you understand the difference. And if you're thinking that what if I also want to save money and avoid unnecessary spending, what should I do? Don't worry. Let's talk about that as well. So first is track and categorize your expenses. You can use a simple notebook or an app where you just have to write necessary, discretionary, and bad, where you will write down your expenses like your rent, your food, your medical expenses, your traveling and your necessary, discretionary, going out, partying, watching a movie, and bad, gambling, your debts, your credit card bill, and your loans. Now second, ruthless cut on bad spending. You have to cancel any sort of subscription that you don't use right now. You have to stop all penalty generating habits like late payments due to which you have to pay extra money, and try to say no to excessive credit card bills and spending unnecessary money on alcohol. And third, adjust discretionary spending to your income. So if you earn 20,000 rupees, party like you earn only 15,000 rupees. So take decisions by considering your salary less than what you are actually earning. That will help you take wiser decisions and spend less and save more money. Let me also give you a tip. Save for emergency fund. It is very important to have an emergency fund because you never know what situation you are going to end up in. So you have to be financially prepared for that. Try to always have more than 3 times your monthly expenses. And remember, your better decisions will help you be in peace of mind. So I think now you have understood that you don't have to earn more to be rich, but you have to learn how to spend your money and how to save your money. And remember, you're just one spending away from changing your future. And also, if you want to learn more about how to save money and not spend it, and also if you want to be your own boss, you want to start your own business, you can download Bosswala app now, where they'll teach you everything that you need to know related to starting a business, investment, how to profit yourself from the business, how to market yourself, and how to build a successful business. And you can also learn strategies and framework from one-on-one video calls from successful entrepreneurs. They'll tell you all the tools and strategies that you need to know to start and grow your business. Download Bosswala app now. And this is it for today's video. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.
Bosswala. Be the boss.